Hello everyone and welcome back to Mega Man 2. In the last video, we've defeated Woodman, Airman, and Crashman. It is time to fight Flashman. Serial number DWN014. His weapon, Time Stopper, allows him to stop time for a short while. Sometimes he abuses it in the bath. And honestly, I could definitely see that, because if people had the ability to stop time, they would abuse it for so many different reasons, unimaginable, like uncountable. There are countless reasons to stop time, all in the name of personal gain. It's actually quite humbling that we lack such an ability in real life. Anyway, the enemy that you're seeing here is called Shotman. Once a firefighting robot, it was modified to fire shots. It's best to memorize where the shots are coming from. It usually shoots in two different arcs. A long arc and then a high arc. It switches back and forth between shots every once in a while. Like once every certain amount of shots. Once you get Crashman's weapon, you can demolish walls like these. He-Man had demolishable walls like this as well, but we couldn't get through those walls because we didn't have the crash bomb. We're gonna ignore this sniper armor. The good thing about the demolishable walls is that they drop items, which is great. For the most part, anyway. Because sometimes they might not drop any items, and that's usually not a good thing. Because out of all the weapons in this game, Crash Bomb probably uses the most energy. The good thing about the sniper armor is that it usually makes one specific jump. It doesn't have any different types of jumps. It doesn't have a high jump or a long jump. So you can actually just run underneath it whenever it jumps, or you can just stand in place and let it jump over you. It's not a snowy stage, but there's ice physics here. Flashman is pretty weak. He's not very fast either. Like, he's probably one of the slowest robots in the game. He also can't jump high for anything. He takes a lot of damage from Crash Bomb. At least if you catch him in range of it. He usually just follows you around for the most part. He'll stop time for a short period, and then he'll try and shoot you. Hopefully the shots don't hit you. But other than that, not that bad of a boss. The boss room design, on the other hand, is pretty weird. But it kind of makes sense for a design philosophy such as Flashman. And we've got the Time Stopper. Oh, what's this? We got another message from Dr. Light. Oh, fun fact. Dr. Light is named Dr. Wright in Japan. Or in Japanese. This is because of the way Japanese pronounce R words or L words. But anyway, we've got the third and final item, item 3. Next robot on our list is Quickman. Serial number DWN012. Designed after Electman, Quickman is one of the fastest robots Dr. Wily ever created. He uses his speed to confuse and then launches the Quick Boomerang, which is the weapon that he uses. Now, unlike Crashman's level, instead of climbing upward, we are going downward. But not only are we going down, we're dodging instant death lasers. Unfortunately, I missed those pickups. That would have been nice. This is the Chanky Maker. They throw Chankies out of their heads. A robot who once used to work at festivals, destroying it will darken the surrounding area. But even after you destroy them, it's very easy to navigate through here. I'm surprised they didn't make room for these guys in He-Man's level, but at the same time I'm not complaining. Now we're gonna take a deep breath, and we're gonna go in. Because that first laser gauntlet that we encountered a little bit earlier was nothing more than a trial run. This is where the real fun begins. Also, I do have the time stopper, which could come really handy here. But we're gonna save the flash stopper for Quickman, as I want to do this the right way, because I actually find this to be a fun way. It's challenging, but it's pretty fun to go through, if I do say so myself. Don't know why I just wasted so many crash bombs on this sniper. If I had known that the sniper armor was actually weak to the air shooter, I would have used that instead, but I ended up using the crash bomb for some reason. But it is what it is. Oh, I guess I was wrong. I guess I ended up finding out that it was weak to the air shooter. I'm about to die anyways, so I'm just gonna go in here and let myself get destroyed. There's no way I'm fighting Quickman like this. He takes some surprisingly good damage from the arm cannon. So when fighting Quickman, the idea would be to use the terrain to your advantage, because a lot of times he'll just run into the walls like that, and that leaves him open for a quick minute. Not a minute, but for a little while. Now at this point, I should have been grabbing the time stopper, but somehow I ended up forgetting to use it, so I almost took him out completely with my arm cannon. I don't know how that happened. I probably would have been better off just using the time stopper first and then finishing him off with the arm cannon, but it is what it is. I'm glad that the quick boomerang can't hit me while, well, after I destroyed him. If it was Mega Man 1, it would have been a different story. The quick boomerang would have smacked me even after I'd finished him off. But that was Quickman. Very scary to deal with. He is such a spaz out. It is so easy to get hit. I'm just glad that Dr. Wily didn't borrow too much inspiration from Eggman, because he could have made the quick boomerang just as strong as the Thunder Beam, which takes 10 HP. Anyway, moving on to Metal Man. Serial number DWN009. He is the first robot that Dr. Wily created and was designed after Cutman. I find it interesting because I never even realized this until I started recording this commentary, how Dr. Wily actually takes inspiration from Dr. Light's robots, even going so far as to serialize them by number after Eggman, and those are Dr. Light's robots. You would think that Dr. Wily would serialize them starting with 001, but instead he continued the serialization after Eggman, who is DLN or DRN 008, while Metal Man is DW in 009. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Anyway, these are moles. A hole digging robot sold for household use. They were cheap, so Dr. Wily bought a large number of them and remodeled them with drills meant for attack. Which is probably why there's so many here. This is definitely more of a factory-based level. Dare I say, it's the most metal level in the game. Yeah, no. Definitely not gonna use item 3 right here. That was a terrible idea. I should have just stuck with item 1. I'll explain item 3 more in detail later on, because we're definitely gonna be using it later, just not right now. It kinda just doesn't have a purpose at the moment. This is Pyrobot, the most popular robot in the robot circus. The best thing to do would be to aim for the gear that it stands on. I don't know why I tried using air shooter, because looking back at it now, that was kinda silly of me to do. That's what I get for trying to use the weapons, because a lot of times when I play Mega Man, I just don't even use the weapons, but I'm trying to learn how to play the game a different way. I'm trying to use the weapons, because like you get the weapons, they're given to you after you defeat a boss. You want to try them out, you want to use them. Got another blocky here. Accidentally got hit. You kind of want to just stand in the middle of the blocks so you don't get hit by them. It's up to you to judge the range between the blocks and where they land. Got a few springers here, no big deal. And that's it. We are at the boss room. Metal Man is weak to the quick boomerang. So the thing about Metal Man is that he won't attack you unless you attack him. The key is to watch his quick movements. He's probably the second fastest under a Quick Man, which is probably why he's weak to the quick boomerang, because he's not as fast as Quick Man. A lot of people actually start off by going after Metal Man first, because he takes some pretty good damage from the arm cannon, and his patterns are pretty easy to learn. Also, when you get close to him, he will hop around to the other side of the stage. Well, with that, that's all 8 Dr. Wily numbers. We have defeated all the robots, and in the next video, we are going to go right after Dr. Wily. Because once I go to stage select, there is no stage select. It's just going to take you right to Dr. Wily. But with that being said, that's going to be the end of this video. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in part 4. God bless.